You and a friend both have a headache, you go to a TCM practitioner, and you walk out with completely different plans? It's not a mistake. It's actually the whole point, and it gets right to the heart of what makes this system so unique. The answer, the big secret, lies in this one powerful concept, Bianzheng. You can translate it as syndrome differentiation, and it is, without a doubt, the foundation for how illness is understood and diagnosed in TCM. So, what does that actually mean? Well, instead of just giving a disease a name, Bianzheng is all about identifying the body's specific pattern of disharmony at this moment. A practitioner becomes a bit of a detective, using what they call the 4 examinations, looking, listening, asking, and feeling, to analyze everything and figure out the real root cause of the issue.
Think of this as us opening up the practitioner's toolkit. We're going to walk through the 5 essential methods they use to read the incredibly complex story your body is telling them. You'll see how they build a complete, holistic picture of your health.
First up, we've got to start with the master framework, the one that organizes everything else. It's called the 8 Principles, or Bagang Bianzheng. You can think of it as the first big, broad filter that helps simplify any complex condition. Okay, so the 8 principles basically break down an illness into 4 pairs of opposites. It's all about answering a few key questions. First, where is the problem? Is it on the surface, like a common cold, or is it deep inside? Second, what's its nature? Is it a hot condition or a cold one? And finally, who's winning the fight? This is about the struggle between your body's own energy and the illness. Is your body in a state of deficiency, or is the pathogen creating a state of excess? And check this out. This is where it gets really practical. You can literally see the difference between a cold pattern and a heat pattern. Someone with a cold syndrome, they'll probably have a pale face, hate being cold, and want hot drinks. But a heat syndrome? Totally the opposite. We're talking a red face, a fever, and a desperate craving for ice water. Even the tongue and pulse tell a completely different story. And here we see that battle I was talking about, the fight between your body's own energy and the pathogen. A deficiency syndrome means your body's defenses are weak. Think of a dull, achy pain that actually feels a little better when you press on it. An excess syndrome is the opposite. It's a powerful pathogen causing sharp, intense pain that feels worse when you touch it. That's a sign of a really intense struggle going on inside. So here's how it all comes together. Those first 3 pairs, they aren't random. They all get sorted into the 2 master categories of yin and yang. Generally speaking, yang is all about the active, hot, and external aspects of an illness. And yin? That covers the passive, cold, and internal stuff. This gives the practitioner a really solid foundational summary of what's going on. Okay, so the 8 principles gave us the 30,000-foot view. Now we're going to zoom in. Let's look at the tools that help a practitioner pinpoint the exact location of a problem with way more precision. So, if the 8 principles tell us the problem is interior, Zong Fu differentiation asks, okay, but interior where? This method zooms right in on the specific organ systems. We're talking the heart, the spleen, the lungs, to figure out which one isn't functioning right. This is absolutely key for most internal health conditions. But, what if the problem isn't in an organ at all? Sometimes the issue is actually in the body's energy pathways, what we call channels or meridians. Think of them like highways. Channel differentiation is what you use to diagnose problems that follow these specific routes, like sciatica pain that shoots down the leg, or a weird numbness that's only in certain fingers. All right, now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. We're talking about the fundamental substances of life itself. Qi, which is your body's vital energy, and blood, which provides all the nourishment. When these 2 are out of balance, it's a major cause of illness. See, when it comes to qi, it's not just about having enough of it. A simple deficiency just feels like you're tired all the time. But you could also have qi sinking, where the energy is too weak to hold your organs in place. Then there's qi stagnation, which feels like a frustrating blockage. Think stress headaches. And finally, qi reversal, which is exactly what it sounds like. Energy flowing the wrong way, like stomach qi going up and causing nausea. And it's a similar story with blood. A blood deficiency can lead to things like paleness and dryness because you're just not getting enough nourishment. Blood stasis is all about bad circulation. It causes that sharp, fixed kind of pain, kind of like a deep bruise. And then there's blood heat, which is when a pathogen has actually gotten into the blood, causing things like skin rashes or even bleeding issues. Okay, let's switch gears to a very specialized tool for a very specific situation.
How does TCM track an illness that's moving fast, like a really severe flu or some other acute infectious disease?
This is where the Wei-Qi Ying-Sei model is pulled out. It's basically a tracking system. It identifies how deep a warm heat illness has invaded the body. It starts at the surface, the Wei level, think of a regular cold. If your body can't fight it off there, it moves deeper to the Qi level, and that's when you get a high internal fever. Deeper still is the Ying level, where the heat starts to damage body fluids and can even cause confusion. And finally, you have the most critical stage, the Shui, or blood level, which can lead to delirium or even bleeding.
So we've got all these different diagnostic lenses, right? All these different tools. How in the world does a practitioner put all of these puzzle pieces together to make sense of it all?
Well, this is the real art of it. These methods are never, ever used alone. They're layered on top of each other to build this incredibly specific, multidimensional picture. So a diagnosis is never just qi deficiency. No, it's spleen qi deficiency, which combines an organ problem with an energy problem. This is exactly how the system creates a diagnosis that is truly personalized to you. And this brings us right back to why all of this matters so much. As the old texts say, getting the pattern right, that's everything. It's the absolute foundation for any treatment. Your treatment is only going to be as good as your diagnosis. And in TCM, the diagnosis is the pattern.
So ultimately, Bianzheng is more than just a system for diagnosing. It's a profound shift in perspective. It moves the conversation away from asking, what disease do you have? And toward asking, what unique story of imbalance is this particular body telling me right here, right now?